This book is called A Boy and a Jaguar. The author who wrote the words is Alan Rabinowitz, and the illustrator who drew the pictures is Catia Chien. I'm standing in the great cat house at the Bronx Zoo. Why is the jaguar kept in a bare room? I wonder. I lean toward my favorite animal and whisper to her, "What are you doing?" my father asked. I try to explain, but my mouth freezes, just as I know it would. I am a stutterer. Do you know what a stutterer is? Someone who can't always get their words out, and they might say the thing again because they can't speak. It's in their head, but their head and their mouth don't work together to make the words produce. If I try to push words out, my head and body shake uncontrollably. The teacher at school put me in a class for disturbed children. He's not disturbed, my parents say. We're sorry, the teacher answers, but whenever he tries to speak, he disrupts the class. The teachers think I am broken. Am I? Do you think he's broken? I don't think he's broken. But I can do two things without stuttering. One is sing, and I can't sing well, and the other is talk to animals. Every day I come home from class and go straight to the closet in my room. I bring out my pets, a hamster, a gerbil, a green turtle, a chameleon, and a garter snake. I close the door and talk to them without stuttering. I tell them my dreams. I tell them that I want to be able to speak like everyone else. I know that my pets listen and understand. Animals can't get the words out, just as I can't get the words out. So people ignore or misunderstand or hurt them, the same way people ignore or misunderstand or hurt me. I make a promise to my pets. I promise that if I can ever find my voice, I will be their voice and keep them from harm. Excuse me. My parents try everything to help me. Doctor after doctor, medicine and hypnosis. Nothing works. But my father knows the one thing that does. He takes me to the great cat house at the big Bronx Zoo. I go straight to the cage with the lone jaguar, lean over the rail, and put my face against the bar. I whisper my promise to her fluently. That means that he has no problem talking. He can always get it out. I get through school by learning tricks that stutterers learn. I learn when not to speak, when to avoid situations, and when to just not be around people. That's sad. When I'm in college, my parents enroll me in the experimental program. There I am told that I'm a stutterer and will always be a stutterer. Always. But the teachers tell me that if I work hard, I can be a completely fluent stutterer. I think about how my mouth moves and airflow, and for the first time in years, I can speak without stuttering. I always tell you we're at school to learn. It's my job to make sure you learn those things, as teachers are helping you. I can speak, but nothing has changed on the inside. I still feel broken. Poor guy. I go to the Great Smoky Mountains to study black bears. Alone in the forest with animals, I am at home. Pretty mountains. There he is with the bears. Later in Belize, I am the first person to study jaguars. The jungle makes me feel more alive than I ever felt. I learn how to follow the capture jaguars for study before releasing them back into the wild. I am happy. But as fast as I catch jaguars, they gather information to help them. Hunters are killing them. They fear the animals and prize their bodies as trophies. I need to get more areas protected for the jaguars. I want to keep the promise I made to the pet in my closet. I have a voice now to speak for animals. So here he is, working on getting all of his data. And here are the hunters who are not very nice to the animals. In the capital city of Belize, in the office of the Prime Minister, I am given 15 minutes to make my case. 15 minutes. I can't stutter and distract from my message. I have to convince one of the poorest countries in Central America with no protected areas in the entire country that it has to save jaguars. So here he is. He's going to talk to the people that are in charge. Later that day, the Prime Minister votes to set up the world's first and only jaguar preserve. So he was able to talk to those people and help the jaguars. Back in the jungle, I know all the jaguars in the study area from their tracks. But one day, I come across a completely new track, the biggest male jaguar tracks I have ever seen. I follow the prints for hours. Not wanting to be caught in the jungle at night without a flashlight, I turn around to go back to camp. There, right behind me, is the jaguar. So here he is tracking the tracks. And look right here behind the tree. There's the jaguar. He must have been following me. He thought he was following the jaguar, but it looks like the jaguar was following him. I know I should feel frightened, but I sat down and looked into the jaguar's eyes, just as I had with that sad old female at the Bronx Zoo. But this animal isn't sad. In this animal's eyes are strength and power and sureness of purpose. We are both whole. We are both home. I leaned toward him a little, the way I had at the Bronx Zoo so many years before. There's the jaguar. There's the boy. He's talking to the jaguar. Thank you, I whispered. So here's another book we can think about core. This boy, he was showing respect to the animals, and he was also showing order because he was doing his best. He went to the people and asked them what he needed, and he did his best to do everything he could for those animals. So don't forget to show core at home while we're home these few months. Okay? Love you guys.